Okay, welcome back. Last time we challenged all of the gym leaders to rematches and tragically lost most of our team. So in between episodes, I've built a new team, and now we're ready to challenge the Elite Four. So my entire team is up at level 82 now, so we have Siegfried the Salamence holding the Muscle Band, with Jolly Nature Immunity, with Dragon Claw, Crunch, Attack Order, and Zen Headbutt. We have Heimdall the Suicune with Choice Specs, Quirky Nature, Thick Fat, with Surf, Extrasensory, Thunderbolt, and Aurora Beam, and those are the only two survivors of the previous episode. So up next we have our new team, including Amethyst the Beautiful Eye with the Choice Scarf, Modest Nature with Illuminate isn't going to do anything for us in battle, with Giga Drain, Bug Buzz as Blizzard, and Silverwind. Blizzard was our TM for Solar Beam, so that's how I managed to have a Beautiful Eye with Blizzard. Up next we have Shinobu, our Drapion, with Lonely Nature, Leftovers, and Poison Heal, another ability that's going to do nothing for us, with Cross Poison, Crunch, Knockoff, and Bug Bite. Up next we have Iori, our Infernape, with the Black Belt, Lonely Nature, Storm Drain, which again won't do anything for us, with Flame Wheel, Mach Punch, Close Combat, and Flare Blitz. And our last Pokemon is Pet Shop the Staraptor, holding the Sharp Beak with Adamant Nature, Magic Guard, with Brave Bird, Takedown, Close Combat, and Aerial Ace. Honestly, Brave Bird and Close Combat are the only moves I need. Close Combat to deal with super effective targets. Aerial Ace is basically just here to save PP. Takedown is just here. And Brave Bird is the move. Honestly, I wish I had a Choice Band. If I could, I'd just Choice Band that Staraptor and just win in using that. And also, it may be a risky play, but I'm going to lead with the Beautifly here. But why? Because I think Aaron normally leads with his Beautifly, and I think that would be a fun little thing to lead with. So, well, rematch number 1. And now the question, minigame, becomes, will he have any bugs? I hope he has at least one. Okay, so he leads with a Milotic, level 74. I'm going to go for Giga Drain and see how much this does, and just to kind of like gauge how much we can hit for. That did a little under half. So what I'm going to do is, for my own convenience and time, I'm just going to swap out and go to Heimdall and just spam Thunderbolt. Because Choice Specs Thunderbolt, like Milotic may be defensive, but Choice Specs Thunderbolt is going to hurt. Like, I don't care what Pokemon you are, Choice Specs Thunderbolt is probably gonna hurt. And it's now knocked into healing range. The Ganlon Berry increased its physical defense, so that's not going to do anything. It won't affect anything. So now we just, keep hitting it with Thunderbolts, and one more should bring it down. Okay, there goes the Milotic. Problem 1 solved. Also, I'm probably going to be over-leveled for... I'll probably be over-leveled for fighting Aaron and maybe Bertha, a roundabout on level for Flint, definitely on level for Lucian, and weaker than Cynthia. Okay, so he goes to a Hypno as a second Pokemon. I'm going to go for Knockoff. He withdraws and goes to an Espeon. Okay, I assume that Hypno mustn't be able to do anything to my Drapion then. So as soon as I see that coming out, I can just go to that and I'm safe. We knock off a Persimberry. Okay, it heals with Morning Sun, and I just crunch and bring it down. So there goes the Espeon, that's Pokemon number 2 defeated. In comes a Typhlosion, so we can go back to Suicune. We can go back to Suicune and just go straight for the Surf. Choice Specs boosted. We got it outsped actually, that's fairly surprising. I know that Typhlosion isn't exactly slow and it has the same... Like, it has basically just Charizard's stats copy-pasted over. But, like, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I outsped. But there goes Typhlosion. In comes a Wobbuffet. Okay, Wobbuffet's kind of scary, so I'm going to play around this a little safer. Basically, I'm going to approach this by using Zen Headbutt a couple of times to just kind of, like, whittle away at its health, and then swap to Drapion for a Stab Dark move. Okay, we got a Flinch. Okay, we got another Flinch. Honestly, this right, Siegfried might just handle it itself. Okay, so one more. Chips it low enough. Okay, now I'm gonna swap out. Now I'll swap out. I think that it's definitely in range where I think Crunch or Attack Order would have probably just killed. but I'm just going to be safe and go for the knockoff. So there goes the Wobbuffet, crisis averted. That Wobbuffet had a focus sash. If I'd just gone to my dark type straight away, if I'd gone to Shinobu straight away, went for crunch, it had lived via the focus sash, and then it just countered me, I would have been livid. It would have been a great moment, but I would have been livid. Okay, and also, this Hypno can't do anything, which is why he swapped out earlier. So now I can crunch as he heals up, and that should bring the... Okay. Now he's bug biting, and there we go. There goes the Hypno. So that is battle 1 complete. So, that is 1 out of 4. Well, 1 out of 5 done. Let's hear it for him, because we won't be seeing him again. 3 trainers are waiting for us, they're all tougher than him. But let's quickly just patch up our... Let's just quickly patch up our Pokemon first, because obviously, we don't really want to go into the next battle wounded. And let's just, you know, quick detour through the log, you know, I guess for luck, or, I know, to assert dominance that we won, whatever, either or, whatever floats your boat. Okay, up next is rematch 2 versus Bertha. Normally she has ground types, so let's see if she has any. Let's see if she has any of her respective type, because, Erin sure as hell didn't. Okay, so, leads with an Aerodactyl. I mean, it's not ground type, but it's at least, like, kind of ground adjacent, being a rock type. And honestly, I'm swapping Amethyst out immediately because I don't think Beautifly wants to take a stab rock move. Like, honestly, that Beautifly could be level 100 and I don't think it would take the hit. And Surf should just one-shot here regardless. Because Aerodactyl is kind of a glass cannon in that regard. And there goes the Aerodactyl. So that is Pokemon 1 dealt with. In comes Breloom. So we can swap out to Pet Shop and get Pet Shop its first get Staraptor its first screen time. And Brave Bird is, unless this thing has a focus sash, this is a guaranteed one-shot. Like, Sharp Beak boosted, quad effective stab, never stood a chance. Okay, up next is Amber Palm. So I'm gonna go Iori and just click. I guess I'll just click close combat. Because I'm working on the logic of Mach Punch would do at least a third, and close combat is 3 times as strong. So therefore, it should do 3 times as much damage, meaning it should absolutely one-shot this Amber Palm. And well, the theory works. Okay, what's up next? Varain is up next. A Mantine? Okay, I can go back to Heimdall for this. I can swap back to Suicune and click Thunderbolt. Because, obviously, well, Thunderbolt is going to do damage. It's quite effective, it's choice specs boosted. As much as I love Mantine, and I think it's really cool, it's basically just gonna die in one hit there. Because, you know, quad effective, that's just how quad effective life be sometimes. And Butterfree comes in as her last Pokemon. I could have gone to Infernape and just gone for a fire move, but again, Varain is still up, and I imagine Butterfree has probably Air Slash and Psychic, so going to Pet Shop's just safer, and Brave Bird will one-shot. Okay, it has a Kuba berry, okay. I'll be honest, I don't remember what a lot of the berries are. Like, I know that there's one for each type, I just don't remember what a lot of them are called. But anyway, with that is match 2 complete. Now let's just patch Suicune up again. And also, now, because Flint normally has an Infernape, so I'm gonna lead with mine. I'm gonna lead with my Infernape, because that's what he normally has. And hopefully this isn't gonna be something I regret. Like, I'm hoping that he leads with, like, Nice type or something. Okay, Lizraten, Flint, Master, Fire types up next. Battles are clashes of the Burning Spirit of Pokemon. Battles aren't about appearances or what's weak or strong. All comes down to whether combatants can burn hot or not. Well, let's see what he has. Let's see that burning fighting spirit. Okay, so he leads with a. This man led with a Regigigas. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go for close combat, no hesitation. And by that I mean, if I swap out whatever, like, something isn't really taking a hit. And basically that was a situation of kill or be killed. Like, it was, if I don't one-shot it, it one-shots me. No doubt in my mind. Okay, Nidoqueen comes in, so I can swap to Heimdall. I can swap to Suicune, I can just surf, and we should be fine. Also, this leads me to a question. When they evolve, this applies to both Nidorino and Nidorina, when they become Nidoking and Nidoqueen, why do they become ground type? Like, I know that Gen 1 probably just needed more, like, coverage for its ridiculous number of poison types, but, like, it's never made much sense to me why they suddenly just become poison. Why they just suddenly gain ground typing. I guess so Giovanni could have one, but, like, there's no shortage of ground types regardless. Also, I'm going to try to not use Flare Blades. Like, Flare Blades is, like, my approach for Flare Blades is, I'm only going to use it in emergencies, basically. Like, if I think Infernape won't, I think if Infernape is in a situation where it won't survive a turn, I think then I'll go for it. Like, if I need to sacrifice Infernape, I'll go for Flare Blades. And Jinx comes in, and we'll just Flame Wheel and one-shot that. No question in my mind about that. Because Jinx is not particularly defensive. And I think it's like its special defense is much higher than its physical. And, okay, I think this is his last Pokemon. So let's just go back to Beautifly. Let's go to Beautifly, because this is a Shiftry coming in. And, well, it's quad weak to Bug. So let's just hit it with some Silver Wind and be on our way. Okay, so that should be Shiftry down in a single hit. Of course we get the buff, so when we don't need them. And that is Flint defeated. 3 out of 5, complete. Burnt right down to cinders. And we didn't take a single point of damage in that fight. Right? Not a single point of damage. That was quite literally a perfect. Okay, so I'm going to lead with Beautifly now. I don't know why. I have a feeling I'm going to regret this horribly. But let's see. Also, okay, so we've timed our arrival well, because he's just finished reading another book. And it's time for us to test his reputation as the strongest member of Sinnoh's Elite Four. Also, credit to him, cool hair, cool glasses, very cool suit. His suit goes very well with his hair. Okay, he leads with this man leads with a Darkrai. I would be so much more concerned about it if Darkrai learned anything by level up. I'm just gonna Bug Buzz, and that should probably one-shot. 10 out of 10, Darkrai, what's going on with you, buddy? You just got one-shot by a Beautifly. Okay, Cloyster comes in, so I can now swap out. I'll swap out, go to Suicune, and just click Thunderbolt, because obviously Cloyster is heavily physically defensive, but not too strong on special defense. Okay, it goes for Protect, but it can't protect itself forever. And, well, Thunderbolt one-shots it. What's up next? A Slacking? Oh, no. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swap to Iori, and I don't really know, actually. We have the Black Belt for a boost. We can't swap out because of Shadow Tag. Let's have a look at our stats real quick. 225, Black Belt, 40, 120. I think my best bet is to either go for Flame Wheel and hope for a burn, or go for Mach Punch to, like, feel out the damage, and then go for Close Combat and hope for a crit. But I genuinely don't think Infernape is getting out of this. I'm going to go for a Mach Punch to kind of scout out how much damage I can do. That is nowhere near enough damage. Okay, it lives on 40. I think I have to go for Close Combat. I have to go for Close Combat and hope that I get a crit. If we crit, we live. Like, Infernape lives if it crits, or gets a high roll. I think that's it. I think it's down. 10 out of 10, Infernape lives. Infernape lives. I love it when Infernape lives. I love it when my favourite starter Pokemon gets to live another day. That was almost a disaster. Okay, so Mesprits. So let's just go for Bug Buzz. Actually, maybe I should have gone for Silver Wind. Either way, it'll be fine. Because we're Scarfed, and Beautifly is going for kills. Like, Beautifly apparently... Oh, that's a lot of damage, actually. But we should be okay. We should be okay. We have speed. We have speed. We have speed because of the Choice Scarf. And we know that does a ton. And Vega is at special defense. So I can just finish it off. Amethyst has brought down 2 legends in this battle. It's brought down a Darkrai and a Mesprit. And the last Pokemon's a Miss Magius. So let's just quickly swap out, go to Drapion real quick. And Drapion should be able to handle this. It's because, obviously, Miss Magius is just a ghost type. And since it's a stone evolution, it won't have any moves. It'll have, like, Spite, Confuse Ray, Astonish, and Shadow Ball if it's lucky. And there goes for Miss Magius with a crunch. Okay, so that is Lucian defeated. Okay, we've now beaten the Elite Four. That doesn't mean we're done with the Pokemon League. There remains the champion. Step through the doorway for our final battle. Because, well, I feel like that's an accurate sentiment. Because, well, I feel like anyone who's played these games before knows the Battle of Cynthia is, well, Cynthia is no joke. Hopefully her team reflects it, and the randomizer isn't going to be kind. Okay, so, we just go up this final elevator, up this last corridor. I've put Suicune out front because I feel like it's probably my safest bet to lead with, and we're just going to head straight in and fight Cynthia. One look at you tells me many things about you. Together, you and your Pokemon overcame all of the challenges you faced, however difficult. It means you've triumphed over any personal weaknesses too. The power you learn, and I can feel it from you, that's enough talking, let's get on with why you're here. As Pokemon, I accept your challenge as Pokemon League champion. There won't be any let up. Okay, final match. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so obviously she has a full team of 6. What's she gonna lead with? A Latios. Level 84 Latios. This will only have Psychic and Dragon moves, so I feel pretty safe to swap it out. I'm gonna swap out and go straight to Shinobu here. Okay, goes for Psychic. We got the prediction out. It sets up Dragon Dance. It sets up Dragon Dance, so it boosts its stats, but it shouldn't have any physical attacks at this point. Okay, we go for the knockoff. Did that just say that knocked off a Suldu? If this thing wasn't bound by its terrible level up moveset, this thing could have just killed me. Okay, now I'm just gonna crunch. Okay, it goes for Memento. I guess it lost the Suldu and then just couldn't handle it and just Memento'd itself out of the battle. Okay, what's up next? Oh, she actually has a Garchomp for the final fight. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go to Amethyst for this. Okay, Beautifly, you brought down a Mesprit. You brought down a Darkrai. Bring down this Garchomp. It's quad effective. It might one-shot. I really hope I one-shot this. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. There goes Garchomp. Okay, in comes a Mantine. So, obviously this is quad weak to electric, so we're going to swap back out. Okay, so we swap out at level 89. This must be the ace. So Thunderbolt lands. It's quad effective. It's not stab. It's choice specs boosted, and it doesn't actually one shot. But she wastes her turn setting up Aqua Ring. Okay, so she heals. Thunderbolt brings it back down, and this is looking like a pretty comfortable final fight so far. Aqua Ring heals it, Thunderbolt hits again, brings down the Mantine. So there's no way it lives from that much health. Okay, so what is up next? A Venusaur? Okay, I'm gonna swap and go to Pet Shop here. Gonna swap, go to Pet Shop, and just Brave Bird this thing. There's no way it takes a Brave Bird. I do not see it taking a Brave Bird. Like, it's super effective, it's stab, adamant nature, sharp beak boosted. This should bring down the Venusaur. 10 out of 10, there goes the Venusaur. Okay, 2 Pokemon left. Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan, I know it has Truant. I know Kangaskhan has Truant. And I know it'll have Outrage, so I can't go to Salamence. But I'm working on some fairly sound logic here, I think. That's level 87. You know what, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go for close combat. I'm just gonna go for close combat and hope for this one shot. If Mach Punch would do a third, close combat should kill. 10 out of 10, there goes the Kangaskhan. 1 Pokemon left. And what is it? What's her final Pokemon? A Manaphy? You know what? I'm going to Amethyst for this. I'm finishing that off with the Beautifly. I've decided. I'm finishing her off with the Beautifly. Unless I get hit with an Ice Beam or something. We outspeed because of the Scarf, and we can Drain. So we should be able to finish this off at full health. Okay, it goes for Dive. So that's a little bit annoying. Dive hits for too much damage. I'm still just going to Giga Drain. Okay, dives again. Okay, I'm actually going to swap out. I'm going to swap out, and... You know what, I'll just go to Suicune. I'll go to Suicune for the final little hit. It'll be fine. Okay, dive lands, and now I just Thunderbolt. Because now we just finish it off with some choice specs Thunderbolts, and one more should finish it off. As like it's gonna pop up out of the water, it misses its final chance, and Thunderbolt brings down Manaphy. He brings down Manaphy, which is her final Pokemon, meaning that with that, we win! 10 out of 10! Just a few moments ago, now have the most powerful of all trainers. We are the newest champion. Excellent, truly an outstanding battle. Give the support your Pokemon need to maximize their power and guided them with certainty to secure victory. With passion and calculating coolness together, you and your Pokemon can overcome any challenge that may come your way. Those are the impressions I got from our battle. Glad I got to take part in the crowning of Sinnoh's new champion. We'll take the lift. This implies there's stairs. Are there stairs? Because, I don't know. Whatever, it'll be fine. With that, well, we're near the end. We're about 2 minutes from the end. Because all the battles are done now, obviously. Okay, so, the room ahead is the Hall of Fame. And also Professor Rowan is here to say hello. Because, well, hello. Child I listened for on my Pokedex project has come this far. It's only natural I come and witness our crowning glory. We've grown into a real champion. Still enjoy the enthusiasm in case for research. Time to step this way and into the Hall of Fame. 10 out of 10. None of my original Pokemon are alive. Like, no Pokemon that was in the original Hall of Fame team made it to the end. But it'll be fine. No matter how many times I come here, I always find myself standing up straighter than usual. It's a natural reaction, Professor. This room is a legacy of hopes, dreams, and struggles of Pokemon and their trainers to excel. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Names will be recorded for posterity here. What you're leaving are the memories of your adventure so far. It's time to record your names, you and your Pokemon. Remember, your Pokemon are partners that grew with you through many challenging battles. This machine will make a permanent record of your achievement. Okay, so, our final team was Suicune, Heimdall the Suicune, that we caught on Route 215, it was a roaming legend. Amethyst the Beautifly caught on Route 221 as a Silcoon, but I wasn't too happy about. Siegfried the Salamence caught as a Shelgon on Iron Island. Shinobu the Drapion caught at the Valley Windworks. Iori the Infernape caught on Route 20 as a Monferno. Sorry, on Route 220 as a Monferno. And Petshop the Staraptor that we caught outside of the resort area. With that is our final Hall of Fame team. 44 hours and 57 minutes of game time later, that is Pokemon Platinum complete. You know, just as soon as it finishes saving and well the credits are about to roll. You know, in its own time. Because with that, we've now actually finished Pokemon Platinum. There's, like, nothing left to do. Aside from, like, getting all the, like, gold things at the Battle Frontier, and I'm not doing that. Like, I do not have the patience to do that. And there's also the optional rival battle, but I'd have to do that 20 times. I'd have to beat the league 20 times, and I'm not really willing to do that, because it would take ages. Okay, so, in summary, this was the first time I was actually doing a randomizer of a Pokemon game, and I think in that regard, it went really well. I got a ton of fantastic encounters, although I do wish I'd, you know, gotten a few less water types, because I had so many amazing water types and not a lot of other types. But in general, I'm pretty happy with how the randomizer went, and I am still a bit sad about having to re-record some bits, especially catching the Shaman, which was a shiny Latios. Like, that was really upsetting to me. But otherwise, I think the playthrough went really well, and honestly, like, I end up replaying Pokemon Platinum, like, every year or two, and honestly, it's always good. I love Pokemon Platinum. It's, as far as I'm concerned, I still believe that it's, like, the definitive best way to experience the Sinnoh region. And, like, Legends Arceus is kind of its own thing. Like, that, like, Hisui and all that, that is its own completely separate nebulous thing to me. But, like, if you said you can play Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Shining Pearl, or Brilliant Diamond, I forgot what Brilliant Diamond was called for a second, I would say I would always pick Platinum, and honestly, I would recommend Platinum to and I would recommend Platinum as, like, the definitive one way to experience Gen 4. Like, I think it's the best Gen 4 game. Honestly, it's somewhere between my third and fifth favorite Pokemon game. Like, it's behind Black and White and Black and White 2. I adore Black and White and Black and White 2. They are my favorite Pokemon games. And also, they'll be the next ones we'll be doing. I don't know if I'm going to be doing Black or White, but that'll be the next one I do. And I do have something planned for that, but I'll explain that when I get to that. Don't expect to see that before, like, January at the earliest, probably. But yeah, as for Pokemon Platinum, I think it fixes so many of the problems that Diamond and Pearl had. And this also gets carried forward into Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because they run on the same engine, I think. Like, the fact that they fixed so many issues, and they added more Pokemon, all of the evolutions are available and everything. Platinum is just so good. Also, the music is really solid. I quite like Platinum's music. It's not my favorite soundtrack, but it's a good soundtrack regardless. And with that, yeah. So I'm pretty happy with how the playthrough went. I'm pretty happy with how the randomizer went, and I believe Pokemon Platinum is phenomenal. Like, I would highly recommend it. Like, if you can find a physical copy of it for cheap, which I think is probably a lot easier said than done these days, I would highly recommend it. Like, it's a fantastic experience to play through. Like, I know that a lot of people didn't like the Distortion World stuff, but I personally really like it. And honestly, the amount of quality of life things from Diamond and Pearl, and honestly, even the Battle Frontier, they just copy-paste that into Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So I think Platinum is, like, the best way to experience Gen 4. It's definitely my favorite way too. And it's one of my favorite Pokemon games. I would highly recommend it. And with that actually brings Pokemon Platinum to a close. So, actually, no, wait. One more thing. As for my legendaries, I thought it was super cool how my Regigigas was Giratina, my Giratina was Arceus, and my Arceus was Regigigas. I thought that was so cool. That, and also, I was so happy that I managed to get Gliscor as my starter, especially that it had huge power. And also, to be totally honest, this playthrough gave me a newfound respect for Pokemon like Grumpig and Gorbis. Like, Pokemon that I didn't really think all that much of. Like, I know it was the randomized abilities that did so much for them, but genuinely, they really went up in my estimations as a result. But with that, we've now finished Pokemon Platinum. This is going to be the final episode with a... Well, there'll be a death montage on whatever my next upload day is after this. But that's it for Pokemon Platinum. Up next, I don't actually know what I'm going to be playing, but yesterday, like last night from when I'm recording this, there was the announcement that the translation of Persona 2 Eternal Punishment is finished, so I can actually play that now. So I'm very happy to be able to play that. Don't expect to see a series on that for a while though, because I'm going to play through it once first, and then I'll record it for my second playthrough. But so I'm really looking forward to doing that, and I don't have all of the details and everything down on it yet, but I'm planning on getting one thing done for, I think it'll probably be going up on like a Saturday, and it's basically just like, I want to do a year in review from like the year I've done so far. So yeah, I've got all those, and I also have a couple of games planned for the future, but I don't know exactly when all of those will be fitting in, but I will figure all of those out and hopefully keep more stuff coming. And so basically, if you're so inclined, hit all of those buttons, and as you do, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time for whatever I'm doing next. Okay, later.